Graduates and guests, will you please rise for the academic procession? The candidates for doctoral degrees from the Graduate College have gathered to celebrate commencement. These proceedings are hereby called to order. I now welcome Dean Amanda Tyne of the Graduate College to the podium to begin our ceremony. Please be seated.
Good evening and welcome. My name is Amanda Tyne, and I'm Associate Provost for Graduate and Professional Education and Dean of the Graduate College. I would like to take this moment to invite graduates and guests to turn to the arena monitors to view a short video. Let's share a moment in celebrating Iowa.
There really was no other place I wanted to go.
Born and raised in Iowa, and my grandpa was a Hawkeye, and I always wanted to be like him.
I've always been a big fan of Iowa Hawkeye football.
Iowa has the best fans in the world, sports or just the university in general.
I came here for the energy, I came here for the spirit, and I definitely stayed for the people.
I would say that the Hawkeye community is uplifting. It takes you under its wing and launches you up.
There is an avenue and a person for everything at this university. Whatever you need, someone's there to help you.
So many of the faculty have so much real-world experience that they can share.
Being able to work with them and learn from them has been an awesome experience.
Feeling that resilience that the student body develops throughout the year, supporting one another, the highs and lows, I just feel so embraced and loved.
The most valuable thing I've learned at Iowa is perseverance, how to try again, get up when you fall.
When you get a classroom full of people from a whole bunch of different backgrounds, you learn that there's a ton of different ways to approach a single problem.
My biggest takeaway is to not shy from new experiences.
I learned how to say yes, and that has opened me up to make a lot of connections and to really grow into the pharmacist I have become thus far.
I would like to thank my parents for their unwavering support for these last 8 years, my husband for being a great study buddy during those long study sessions in dental school.
I want to thank my wife, Bree, and my family who have supported me every step of the way.
My friends and my neighbors, and especially my running partners who have heard about my dissertation for the past 10 years.
My fiance has basically been there for me through all of pharmacy school, and he's seen the ups and downs and the successes and the areas of improvement, and so he's been my rock, and I'm really thankful.
On behalf of my colleagues, I am delighted to greet all of you who have gathered here today to celebrate this important occasion. Graduates, I know it's been a long road. You have persisted through the highs and lows that come with earning a doctoral degree. This is truly an outstanding accomplishment that should make you very proud. I'm so excited to be able to participate in this ceremony with you today, one that marks a very special and significant moment in your lives. I know I speak on behalf of so many of my colleagues at the University of Iowa when I say we can't wait to see what you will do next. We know you'll take all that you've learned with you as you go out into the world and do great things. You are our best and our brightest. We are counting on you because the future of our country and the international community to which many of you belong depends to a large extent on your knowledge and expertise to help solve local, global problems today and into the future. We depend on you because we know the critical role you will play in advancing future knowledge, innovation, and economic development, arts, healthcare, and education, to name just a few of the areas where you will be leaders. And perhaps most importantly, we are relying on you to be leaders in the kind of thinking that fosters complex problem solving and a path toward global understanding. The accomplishments of your graduate careers that have come to fruition today have prepared you to move forward to face the opportunities and challenges the future holds with newfound confidence and perseverance. Friends and family, I am happy you are here as well. You've encouraged and supported these graduates through the exciting but often stressful process of earning a doctoral degree. Your devotion to them is so important, and we are pleased that you are here to help us celebrate. Before we begin the formal ceremony, I'd like to pause to recognize a few individuals sharing in this experience tonight. Ahead of the ceremony, we have enjoyed music from the Iowa Brass Quintet. Members of the quintet are Dr. Jonathan Allen, Professor John Manning, Keely Cruz, Kevin Sells, and Ryan Banks. Thank you for sharing your talents with us today. Hands Up Communication will serve as the American Sign Language interpreters for our ceremony. They will be interpreting most portions of the event, but because of the number of graduates, they will not sign the graduates' names. I would also like to introduce you to my colleagues on stage who are here to help us celebrate. I would request that each of you stand when introduced. First, I'm thrilled to have President Barbara Wilson on hand to assist me in the conferral of the degrees. In addition, I'd like to recognize the collegiate leadership on stage. Dan Trinnell, Associate Dean, Carver College of Medicine. Clark Stanford, Dean, College of Dentistry. Pam Wesley, Associate Dean, College of Education. Suresh Raghavan, Associate Dean, College of Engineering. Roland Reshevskis, Associate Dean, College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Julie Zerwick, Dean, College of Nursing. David Roman, Associate Dean, College of Pharmacy. Edith Parker, Dean, College of Public Health. Shelley Campo, Associate Dean, Graduate College. Ana Rodriguez, Associate Dean, Graduate College. Nick Street, Associate Dean, Tippie College of Business. Russ Gannum, Associate Provost and Dean, International Programs. We are also pleased to have a few faculty members acting as marshals for today's ceremony. Florence Booz, Professor of English, College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Lindell Joseph, Professor of Nursing, Director of the DNP and MSN Health Systems, Administration Executive Leadership Programs, in the, I already said this, I think, the College of Nursing. Thank you, Lindell. Finally, if I could ask all of the graduate faculty members seated among the students to please rise. We would like to recognize you for your dedication to our students and for your participation today. The candidates for doctoral degrees will now be recognized and inducted into the Academy of Learned People who have demonstrated the highest level of achievement, independent scholarship, and creativity in their chosen discipline. As students are introduced, faculty members will perform a hooding ceremony. Where possible, the dissertation advisor or collegiate representative will assist in performing this rite of passage. A hood will be added to the gown each candidate is wearing. This completes their academic costume. The University of Iowa hoods are black and gold, trimmed in colors representing the degrees conferred. Rhodes blue for Doctor of Audiology, light blue for Doctor of Education, pink for the Doctor of Musical Arts, apricot for the Doctor of Nursing Practice, dark blue for the Doctor of Philosophy, and teal for the Doctor of Physical Therapy. We now come to the most important part of the program, the moment when we recognize each degree recipient. As I mentioned earlier, I'm joined today by President Wilson, who will assist in the conferral of the degrees. As we move through the ceremony, in order that each graduate's name may be clearly heard, please hold your applause until all the doctoral graduates have been introduced. Then we'll give everyone a full round of applause. After the ceremony concludes, we would also appreciate it if everyone remained seated until the end of the recessional. Graduates, President Wilson and I are happy to shake hands with those who are comfortable. We're also welcome to an elbow bump, a thumbs up, or just a nod of offered congratulations. We will follow your lead with whatever feels right to you. I now invite President Wilson to come forward. President Wilson. Am I still on? Okay. President Wilson, these candidates have completed all of the requirements for the degrees Doctor of Audiology, Doctor of Education, Doctor of Musical Arts, Doctor of Nursing Practice, Doctor of Philosophy, and Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Thank you, Dean Tyne. On recommendation of the faculty of the Graduate College and by the authority vested in me by the Iowa Board of Regents, I confer on each of you the degree Doctor of Audiology, Doctor of Education, Doctor of Musical Arts, Doctor of Nursing Practice, Doctor of Philosophy, and Doctor of Physical Therapy, as qualified and designated. Congratulations.
Thank you, President Wilson. Would the doctoral degree recipients please come forward to be recognized?
Ivo Ivanov, PhD, English, hooded by Florence Booz. Haley Ann Kingsbury, Doctor of Audiology, hooded by Sean S. Goodman. Connor Patrick Kaminsky, Doctor of Audiology, hooded by Sean S. Goodman. Daniel Chi Chung Tae, PhD, Speech and Hearing Science, hooded by Sean S. Goodman. Alicia Lee, Doctor of Audiology, hooded by Sean S. Goodman. Jesse Lene Eveland, Doctor of Audiology, hooded by Sean S. Goodman. Megan Wright, Doctor of Audiology, hooded by Sean S. Goodman. Neela Renee Bell, Doctor of Audiology, hooded by Sean S. Goodman. Priyanka Gupte, Doctor of Audiology, hooded by Sean S. Goodman. Samantha Jo Anderson, Doctor of Audiology, hooded by Sean S. Goodman. Savannah Cora Jacobs Heller, Doctor of Audiology, hooded by Sean S. Goodman. Trudy Elizabeth Jacobs, Doctor of Audiology, hooded by Sean S. Goodman. Marianne Heather Quigley, Doctor of Audiology, hooded by Sean S. Goodman. Allison Osel, Doctor of Audiology, hooded by Sean S. Goodman. Srividya Grama Bhagwan, PhD, Speech and Hearing Science, hooded by Sean S. Goodman. Kathy Gadag Venkataramana, PhD, Health Services and Policy, hooded by Whitney E. Zand. Precious Junia DeWinton Cummings, PhD, Epidemiology, hooded by Michael A. Pentella. Jamie Lynn Sorensen, PhD, Epidemiology, hooded by Sarah Heather Nash. Amanda Sorsley, PhD, Epidemiology, hooded by Jonathan Mannion Platt. Erblin Shihu, PhD, Health Services and Policy, hooded by Kanika Aurora. Raquel Wood, PhD, Teaching and Learning, hooded by Saba Khan Vlach and Leah Plakens. Yuchen Liu, PhD, Teaching and Learning, hooded by Leah Margaret Plackens. Bing Gao, PhD, Teaching and Learning, hooded by Pamela Mary Wesley. Bianca Schomburger, PhD, Teaching and Learning, hooded by Pamela Mary Wesley. Yau Adamu, PhD, Human Toxicology, hooded by Peter S. Thorne. Shaban Roy, PhD, Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Suresh Raghavan. Amanda Jillian Shoemaker, Doctor of Education, hooded by Cassie Barnhart. Haley Marie Hebel, Doctor of Education, hooded by Catherine Broughton. Tracy Renee Anderson, Doctor of Education, hooded by Liz Hollingworth. Sheila Lorraine Fogg Brown, Doctor of Education, hooded by Liz Hollingworth. Guangyun Liu, PhD, Psychological and Quantitative Foundations, hooded by Ariel Alloway. Yi Chong Cao, PhD, Psychological and Quantitative Foundations, hooded by Catherine Jo Welch. Jungmin Ji, PhD, Psychological and Quantitative Foundations, hooded by Catherine Jo Welch. Annette Christine Vernon, PhD, Psychological and Quantitative Foundations, hooded by Catherine Jo Welch. Brittany Anderson, PhD, Anthropology, hooded by Elena D. Bush. Caitlin Sarah Wiener, PhD, Geography, hooded by Margaret Carell. Austin Tung, PhD, Geography, hooded by Margaret Carell. Kyle Alexander Smith, PhD, Industrial Engineering, hooded by Thomas Schnell. Shitong Chen, PhD, Psychology, hooded by Kai Huang. Danielle Bryn Colburn, PhD, Philosophy, hooded by Richard Fumerton. Caleb Young, PhD, Civil and Environmental Engineering, hooded by Felipe Quintero. Jerzy Mateusz Twarowski, PhD, Integrated Biology, hooded by Yusuf Komran. Nicole Reka, PhD, Genetics, hooded by Eric van Otterloo. Timothy Tien Nguyen, PhD, Genetics, hooded by Eric van Otterloo. Sung-Ji Choi, PhD, Business Administration, hooded by Gary J. Russell. Danielle Elizabeth Talbot, PhD, Biomedical Science, hooded by Darren Samuel Hoffman. Sydney Ellen Arliss, PhD, Integrated Biology, hooded by Douglas Houston. Andrea Noel Savage, PhD, Music, hooded by Adam Harry. Caitlin Helen Peterson, Doctor of Musical Arts, hooded by Adam Harry. Salim George, PhD, Psychological and Quantitative Foundations, hooded by Kathy Hsu. Fayaz Rahman, PhD, Psychological and Quantitative Foundations, hooded by Kathy Hsu. Emily Nicole Ratzel Mozina, PhD, Psychological and Quantitative Foundations, hooded by Kathy Hsu. Jiang Han, PhD, Music, hooded by Jean-François Charles. Sunju Lee, PhD, Music, hooded by Abby Lynn Dvorak. Kelly Lynn Carlson, PhD, Music, hooded by Abby Lynn Dvorak. Yashin Sun, Doctor of Musical Arts, hooded by Elise Deschamps. Ling Xiao Li, Doctor of Musical Arts, hooded by Kenneth Che. Jean Luc Charlotte Young, Doctor of Musical Arts, hooded by Kenneth Che. McKenna Blank, Doctor of Musical Arts, hooded by Daniel Moore. Wen-Shin Lee, PhD, Music, hooded by David Gomper. Neil Kresge, Doctor of Musical Arts, hooded by Ksenia Nosikova. Michael Corey Schmidt, Doctor of Musical Arts, hooded by Eric Wayne Bush. Hannah Remora, Doctor of Musical Arts, hooded by Anthony Arnone. Sarah Rose Arnone, Doctor of Musical Arts, hooded by Anthony Arnone. Drew Bonner, Doctor of Musical Arts, hooded by John Manning. Serena Dion Murray, PhD, Biomedical Science, hooded by Adam Dupuy. Rebecca Marie Peplinski, PhD, Genetics, hooded by Adam Dupuy. Niari Chisaka, PhD, History, hooded by James L. Giblin. Dulanji Narmada Nikithane Amarawira Kalatotaji, PhD, Mathematics, hooded by Yonuts Kifun. Adriana Fernandez Cuero, PhD, Mathematics, hooded by Yonut Kifun. Casey Anna Stone, PhD, Mathematics, hooded by Ryan David Kinzer. Kevin Del Real Ramos, PhD, Mathematics, hooded by Ryan David Kinzer. Margarita Bustos Gonzalez, PhD, Mathematics, hooded by Ryan David Kinzer. Elise Nicole Askelson, PhD, Mathematics, hooded by Ryan David Kinzer. Catherine Randazzo, PhD, English, hooded by Kendra Strand. PJ Zaborowski II, PhD, English, hooded by Jonathan Wilcox. Rajorshi Das, PhD, English, hooded by Elizabeth Rodriguez Fielder. Laurel Carlson, PhD, American Studies, hooded by Travis Tad Bogan. Tabitha Peter, Biostatistics, PhD, Patrick John Brahini Hooder. Shinran B, PhD, Economics, hooded by Soo-Young Song. Mohit Upadhyay, PhD, Biomedical Science, hooded by Nitin Jayant Karandikar. Yikai Zhang, PhD, Statistics, hooded by Boxiang Wang.
Card. I need the card.
Xian Tang, PhD, Statistics, hooded by Boxiang Wang. Carrie L. Wilbert, PhD, Counselor Education, hooded by Susanna Margaret Wood and Ebony T. Johnson. Saili Karkanis, PhD, Counselor Education, hooded by Dr. John Wadsworth. Chantel Amani Johnson, PhD, Counselor Education, hooded by Dr. John Wadsworth. Sujin Jeong, PhD, Business Administration, hooded by Jennifer Nagan Craig. Stephen Reed, PhD, Business Administration, hooded by Stephen Courtwright. Min Xu, PhD, Pharmacy, hooded by Gua An. Joshua Reeder, PhD, Pharmacy, hooded by Maureen Donovan. Sarah Powell, PhD, Business Administration, hooded by Nick Street. Ronito Ragados Jr., PhD, Business Administration, hooded by Nick Street. Zijia Li, PhD, Biomedical Science, hooded by Ronald Weigel. Jung Ho Choi, PhD, Political Science, hooded by William Reisinger. Carly Millard, PhD, Political Science, hooded by Sarah Mitchell. Nathan Timms, PhD, Political Science, hooded by Elizabeth Menenga and Sarah Beth Mitchell. Sandra Blom, PhD, Biomedical Science, hooded by Samuel Stevens. Wissam Ismail, PhD, Pharmacy, hooded by Amber Getkin. Carlos Arazo Ramirez, PhD, Civil and Environmental Engineering, hooded by Ibrahim Demir. Gregory James Ewing, PhD, Civil and Environmental Engineering, hooded by Ibrahim Demir. Lei Tzu, PhD, Physical Rehabilitation Science, hooded by Stacy Lynn DeYoung. Valeria Alejandra Cota, PhD, Human Toxicology, hooded by Nicole K. Brogdon. Moana Eveline Halaufia, PhD, Pharmacy, hooded by David L. Roman. Alyssa Rose Daniel, PhD, Human Toxicology, hooded by Marie Elizabeth Gain. Emeshe Kovac, PhD, Biomedical Science, hooded by Marie Elizabeth Gain. Shannon Wachter, PhD, Psychology, hooded by Crystal Parker and John Freeman. Francisca Diaz, PhD, Psychology, hooded by John Freeman. Arjun Vishwanathan, PhD, Computer Science, hooded by Cesare Tinelli. Amas bin Tanvir, PhD, Computer Science, hooded by Rishabh Nithyanand. Anna Rose Proctor, PhD, Occupational and Environmental Health, hooded by Diane Rollman. Alex McCullough, PhD, Biomedical Science, hooded by Mary Weber. Daniela Cordoza, PhD, Psychological and Quantitative Foundations, hooded by Jonathan Templin. Jacinta Lynn Olson, PhD, Psychological and Quantitative Foundations, hooded by Jonathan Templin. Allison Warren, PhD, Teaching and Learning, hooded by Brian Hand.
Abby Rose Rail, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Lindell Joseph. Brandy Lee Garrett, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Lindell Joseph. Nicole Weathers, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Lindell Joseph. Sierra Elizabeth Jones, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Lindell Joseph. Misty Dawn Brooks, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Leah Buck. Natalie Lynn Aunen, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Amelia Gedney Laws. Megan Deanne Tatlock, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Amelia Gedney Laws. Megan Lynn Wright, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Amelia Gedney Laws. Jacqueline Bryce, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Amelia Gedney Laws. Nicole Gleason Limoges, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Amelia Gedney Laws. Alex Marie Quitman, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Amelia Gedney Laws. Olivia Ann Hildreth, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Sarah McVeigh. Kirsten Brainerd, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Sarah Jean Cross. Samantha Rosonsky, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Teresa Judge Ellis. Ariel Ann Walterman, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Teresa Judge Ellis. Thomas Quevering, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Teresa Judge Ellis. Serena Curler, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Teresa Judge Ellis. Amber Nicole Hoffman, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Tonya Jean Johannes. Cindy Chowdhury, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Tonya Jean Johannes. Amanda Beth Robertson, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Ann Welting. Sarah Lynn Kane, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Ann Welting. Annalise Jacobson, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Ann Welting. Emily Schluter, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Ann Welting. Mary Elise Owens, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Ann Welting. Ashley Duncan, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Ann Welting. Krista Elizabeth Suyers, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Barbara St. Marie. Catherine Erickson, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Daniel Weiseman. Sarah Ann Mitchell, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Daniel Weiseman. Ronnie Davis, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Daniel Weiseman. Kyla Sanchez, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Daniel Weiseman. Amanda Janae Gilovich, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Daniel Weiseman. Esther Ann Houston, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Daniel Weiseman. Katerina Alexa Frankie, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Emily Marie Singwell. Samantha Olivia McNamara Hanslick, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Daniel James Crawford. Michaela Rayanne Sidel, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Daniel James Crawford. Kylie Cibula, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Daniel James Crawford. Madison Rain Loftsgaard, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Daniel James Crawford. Taylor Marie Dirks, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Mary Susan Dirks. Kelsey Marie Gunderson, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Mary Susan Dirks. Kimberly A. Copeland, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Mary Susan Dirks. Catherine Ann Folkert, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Larry Newman. Jana Christine Westendorf, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Larry Newman. Charlene Hughes, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Larry Newman. Megan Irigoyen, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Larry Newman. Jessica Whitmore, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Larry Newman. Andrea Autumn Timmerman, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Larry Newman. Catherine Elizabeth Pace, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Larry Newman. Stephanie Baker, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Dana Fowler. Susan Burda, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Dana Fowler. Jessica Fung, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Dana Fowler. Katie Stallman, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Heather Dunn. Wade Johnson, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Heather Dunn. Anne Elizabeth Morgan, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Julie Ann Stanek Hutt. Catherine Ann Keeney, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Jody Jill Blossom. Michael Beaver, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Emily Ford. Jordan Officer, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Emily Ford. Blake Altenhofen, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Emily Ford. Joseph Lefebvre, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Kathleen Fear. John Carroll, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Kathleen Few. Claire Elizabeth Swanson, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Kathleen Fear. Alex Cordas, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Kathy Fear. Katie Bishop, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Heather Burr. Austin Jacob Witt, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Heather Burr. Moline Bundura, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Heather Burr. Vanessa Ladis, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Heather Burr. Tara Lynn Skutansky, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Cormac O'Sullivan. Kiana Stender, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Cormac O'Sullivan. Michael Kinara Tonji, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Cormac O'Sullivan. Siljashri Vijay, PhD, Chemical and Biochemical Engineering, hooded by Syed Mubin Jawahar Hossaini. Samuel Abajomi Adenasoyi, PhD, Chemical and Biochemical Engineering, hooded by Syed Mubin Jawahar Hossaini. William John Milanek, PhD, Neuroscience, hooded by Dan Tronell. Maya Marie Evans, PhD, Neuroscience, hooded by Hannah Stevens. Joshua James Lingo, PhD, Biomedical Science, hooded by Don Quell. Christian Montgomery Hatzler, PhD, Business Administration, hooded by Paul Rivar. Nathan Christopher Platt, PhD, Geoscience, hooded by Christopher Andrew Brosher. Georgine Jenny Shi, PhD, Mass Communication, hooded by Rachel Young. Subin Etarakulangara, PhD, Biomedical Engineering, hooded by Sajang Good Lingala. Chelsea Cheney, PhD, Psychological and Quantitative Foundations, hooded by Jacob Priest. Tam T. Hongwing, PhD, Biomedical Science, hooded by Rory Fisher. Caroline Boyd Rogers, PhD, Psychology, hooded by Teresa Treat. Dilini Kirindigola Gamagi, PhD, Chemistry, hooded by Elizabeth A. Stone. Piyumi V.G. Siriguda Wadana, PhD, Chemistry, hooded by Florence Williams. Samantha Cruzy, PhD, Chemistry, hooded by Tori Forbes. Andrew James Krebs, PhD, Chemistry, hooded by Renee Susan Cole. Haley Rose Petris, PhD, Chemistry, hooded by James Shepard. Bryce Pyra, PhD, Business Administration, hooded by Chelsea Galoni and Alice Wang. Isabel Estelle Baldrige, PhD, Art History, hooded by Brenda Longfellow. Erin Daly, PhD, Art History, hooded by Brenda Longfellow. Samuel Franklin Harper, PhD, Political Science, hooded by Juliana Pacheco. Nathan Killian Mikatka, PhD, Political Science, hooded by Juliana Pacheco. Jing Dong, PhD, Civil and Environmental Engineering, hooded by Gregory Lefevre. Jingwei Zhao, PhD, Industrial Engineering, hooded by Pam Wesley. Stephanie Marie Pruchel, PhD, Educational Policy and Leadership Studies, hooded by Nicholas Bowman. Mackenzie Elizabeth Leckleitner Kirby, PhD, Educational Policy and Leadership Studies, hooded by Sherry Watt. Misty Brooke Perez, PhD, Biomedical Science, hooded by Matthew Pothoff. Bryn Kylia King Helm Kwasny, PhD, Biomedical Science, hooded by James Ankrum. Venkateswaran Ganesh, PhD, Biomedical Engineering, hooded by James Ankrum. Stephen Simensma, PhD, Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Tyler Bell. Michal Shush, PhD, Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Hans Johnson. Ramam Nair, PhD, Physics, hooded by Jasper Halakis. Makbudul Alam Shakib, PhD, Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Katerina Lamuta. Maxwell Hammond, PhD, Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Venancio Cichella. Arnold William Bangle III, PhD, Industrial and Systems Engineering, hooded by Sean Song. Xinxin Liu, PhD, Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Yang Liu. Chase Erin Fuller, PhD, Physics, hooded by Casey DeRue. Christy Nolt, PhD, Physics, hooded by Casey DeRue. Cecilia Fasano, PhD, Physics, hooded by Casey DeRue. Brady Joe Martin, PhD, Physics, hooded by Wayne N. Polizu. Kian Malecki, PhD, Physics, hooded by Halsey Reno. Timothy John Linhart, PhD, Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Anaya Sen Gupta. Virant John Shuri Akvai, PhD, Counseling Psychology, hooded by Stacy Elizabeth McElroy Hansel. Elisa Ann Provencio, PhD, Counseling Psychology, hooded by Stacy Elizabeth McElroy Hansel. Wenqi Zhang, PhD, Linguistics, hooded by Christine Shea. María Leonor Márquez Ponce, PhD, Spanish, hooded by Brian Golnick. Javier Hernández, PhD, Spanish, hooded by Brian Golnick. Sebastián Lores Fernández, PhD, Spanish, hooded by Brian Golnick. Madeline Hanseeker James, PhD, Counseling Psychology, hooded by Megan Foley Nickpon. Emily Hope Kuhlman, PhD, Counseling Psychology, hooded by Megan Foley Nickpon. Danae Fields Origun, PhD, Counseling Psychology, hooded by Megan Foley Nickpon. Eric Russell Field, PhD, Psychological and Quantitative Foundations, hooded by Megan Foley Nickpon. Gabrielle Farah Yanez, PhD, Counseling Psychology, hooded by Saba Ali. Catherine Gilbert, PhD, French and Francophone World Studies, hooded by Annie Dominique Curtius. Erin Christine Slattery, PhD, Communication Studies, hooded by Katie Maximin Conrad. Ebenezer A.K. Adu Jr., PhD, Communication Studies, hooded by Katie Maximin Conrad. Jingwen Time, PhD, Economics, hooded by Rabah Amir. Yaohua Guang, PhD, Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Guadalupe Mercedes Canaguate. Mina Zhang, PhD, Nursing, hooded by Tusa Moon. Saida Musalam Jakub, PhD, Nursing, hooded by Daniel John Lipzeit.
Congratulations, everyone. You have quite a cheering section. It's now my pleasure to ask one of our newly minted doctors, Haley Kingsbury, who just received a Doctor of Audiology, to give the graduate address. Following Haley's address, President Wilson will give a send-off to conclude the ceremony. After President Wilson's closing remarks, we would appreciate it if everyone would remain seated during the recessional. And again, my sincere congratulations to you. Thank you, everyone.
As I look around Carver Hawkeye Arena today, I'm filled with one word: hope. It's not just the graduates who embody it, but it's the proud families, cheering friends, and supportive mentors who stood beside us every step of the way. For me, this arena has come to symbolize that feeling of hope. During my third year, I came to every home game to support the Iowa women's basketball team. Go Hawks! Their resilience through every win, loss, and comeback ignited something in all of us. The belief that even when we stumble, we rise, that community lifts us, and that perseverance can carry us farther than we've ever imagined. Our time at University of Iowa has taught us through the process to challenge the status quo, respect and honor diverse voices, and to think critically and compassionately. With every challenge and triumph, we grew, not just in knowledge, but in courage. We can reflect on the memories that we've created in Iowa City through sports, arts, and the relationships we've made. Some of my most meaningful memories came through service, from supporting kids captains at Wendell Johnson's Listen and Speak Up preschool, being inspired by participants at the Iowa Summer Writing Festival, and working alongside brilliant minds as a research assistant in the Communication Sciences and Disorders Department. The support and mentorship I received here pushed me to pursue opportunities I never imagined for myself, from completing in national leadership to also performing my clinical fellowship at Mayo Clinic, Arizona. Others had faith and confidence in me beyond what I saw for myself. Even when our hope wavers, look to your friends, family, faith, and mentors who've helped you reach this moment. For my family, I was more than a place. It's a legacy of hope, growth, and inspiration. My grandfather, who is here today, played on Iowa's 1952-55 football team. He met my grandmother here at Iowa, who was also a speech pathology student serving clients at Wendell Johnson's Speech and Hearing Center as well. My uncle attended Iowa in business. My two sisters and I found our calling in Iowa's Doctor of Audiology program. Iowa has shaped us, and I know it's shaped all of you. And while the world right now may feel uncertain, the hope we carry forward matters more now than ever. As we leave here today, degrees in hand, we carry with us not only knowledge, but the responsibility to use it with empathy, love, and courage. In the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Go be a light in your community. Be a source of hope. Thank you, and go Hawks.
Thank you so much for those wonderful words. And I think we have to see that grandfather who was on the football team back in the 50s. Where is he? Can he stand up so we can acknowledge him? I see him up there. Yes. Phenomenal. I am very honored to have been part of such an important milestone today for all of you doctorates. I can call you that now. And I offer my heartiest congratulations to all of you at this very special moment in your lives. You know, graduate education is always a team effort. So we want to also thank your family, your friends, your teachers, and your mentors for giving you such incredible support along the way. So right now, graduates, I want you, when I ask you to stand up, find your people in here, because I know you know where they are, they're pretty loud, and give them a big round of applause for all the support they've given you. Okay, go ahead, stand up and give them a round of applause. All right, you're going to celebrate later, so sit down. All right. As you, our doctoral graduates, move on to new pursuits, I want to thank you for working so diligently on your professional education, and most importantly, for choosing the University of Iowa for your training. You've contributed significantly to our educational and scholarly excellence here as engaged seminar participants, as collaborators on research projects, and many of you also taught classes here, sharpening your teaching skills and contributing to our students' education with fresh perspectives and the latest knowledge. And you've contributed greatly to our local community as well, and to the state and beyond. In this time, we especially need you to share your knowledge and creativity with others. As new doctoral graduates, you are at the forefront of change. That change is only going to accelerate, both in your professional areas and in society at large. I know that the intellectual growth and the professional skills that you've developed here at Iowa will help you to adapt to, no, let's say lead that change. I look forward to seeing how you will contribute to a better future for all of us. Even though we're saying farewell, you of course will always be a part of the Hawkeye family. Your work here will always remain part of our foundation of excellence, and your work in the future will reflect positively on your University of Iowa education. As you go forward, I hope you will promise to do 3 things. That's all, just 3, all right? The first one is to wear your black and gold Hawkeye gear wherever you go. And if there's a little tiger hawk anywhere in your clothing, what will you hear from people all across this planet? Go Hawks. So don't forget that, okay? Secondly, use the skills of listening and communication that you have acquired here at Iowa to help make the world a better place. We so desperately need that right now. And third, please continue to advocate for higher education and for, of course, the University of Iowa in the mix. Once again, congratulations, good luck, best wishes for great success in the wonderful years ahead of you. And I have to say it on the count of 3, all right? 1, 2, 3. Go Hawks! Congratulations, everyone.